Hey, this is the video of the day. Okay, so I don't really know what I'm going to talk about, but I'm just going to go straight off the dome and talk about something that I've been thinking about. The topic of the day is don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Now, what I mean by that is, I was just thinking, a lot of people go to different cities, sometimes particularly big cities, like Medellin or Bogota or Mexico City, in these big cities. And oftentimes, sometimes they'll visit these places, and based on one part of the city or one experience, they may throw the whole city out, meaning throwing the baby out with the bathwater, because they feel like, oh, I visited Medellin and I just don't like it, or I visited Mexico City, I just don't like it, or wherever. And they may throw that whole city out because of that one tiny part of the city that they visited. But you have to understand, and I've had to understand this and come to a realization of this, is that just because you don't like one part of a city, that doesn't mean that you may not like another part of that city. Maybe another district, maybe another neighborhood, maybe another zip code, whatever. Because one thing I can tell you is that from my experience traveling around to different cities, it has broadened my view to realize that you can be in the same city, but you could come across totally different experiences and different types and classes of people. Okay? You can. Okay? And when I say classes of people, I'm not just talking about economical class or something like that, just the different types of people. Different experiences, some or different personality types. Okay, so I'm not just talking social status or class, although that can happen too. You can come across people in different social and economic class, but you can come across different hospitality. Well, for example, like sometimes the most touristic parts of a city, I find sometimes that's not the part of the city that you may get the best customer service or the best treatment all the time. Sometimes it's those holes in the walls or those hidden spots, those local gems, or those off the radar spots, off the beaten path spots that you meet genuine people, more genuine people, and you find more of those authentic experiences that you may be craving. Like I was craving, oftentimes. So, I mean, the touristic spots are fine, but oftentimes for me, I find that I'm more attracted to the unmade up version. Just give it to me how it is. Don't put on this song and dance for me. Don't talk to me, approach me because I'm a tourist, or don't show me just that part. I want to see the real. What am I really dealing with? The authentic place, the people, the food, the treatment. That's what I want to see a lot of times. But yeah, don't throw the baby off with the bathwater, because like Medellin, for instance. Medellin is one big place in Medellin, but then people don't understand that there's Metro Medellin too. So you have Envigado, you have places like Sabaneta, you have places like La Estrella, okay? And other larger cities like Bogota. Bogota is a huge city, but on one side of the city, you can run into a whole different experience than the other side, okay? Mexico City is like that too. Mexico City, how many millions of people? I don't even know. But one side of the city, another part of the city, another part of the city, different district. Like a lot of places are made up of different districts, okay? One whole city could be different districts, and then those districts are broken down into neighborhoods and whatever. So you can travel within the same city and have totally different experiences. And maybe one part of that city, one district, one town, one metropolitan area, whatever, maybe that will resonate for you better than maybe the tourist district or the most known or most popular districts. So that's what I mean by don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. So hopefully you understand and feel what I'm saying, because I see a lot of people doing that. I see a lot of comments online where people just haven't had a good experience with a particular city and then they throw the whole city out. Oh, I don't like Mexico, or I don't like Colombia, or I don't like Medellin, or I don't like Cartagena, and they don't have one small, tiny experience, usually in a tourist area, and usually with a small group of people in that tourist area, and then they throw the whole thing out. And that's something you can't do, and that's something that I've had to learn too. So hopefully this insight will open up your mind into the options that you have, the increased options that you have that you may not have really realized that you have. And right now, I'm currently in Lima, Peru, and I'm dealing with the same thing, which is why I'm making this video. Although Lima is a nice city, I don't know that it really resonates with me, my style and everything. It's nice, but I'm thinking like nice maybe for someone else, okay? But Lima has 43 districts. 43 districts that I have not explored. You know, there's popular districts like Miraflores, there's Barranco, there's other districts like Chorrillos, there's Surco, everything. So I had to run this lesson back in my mind. I'm saying like, well, maybe I just haven't found my groove, my district, my neighborhood. And I know it's out here because Lima is a big city, has like, what, close to 11 million or some people, plus a metro area. I don't know, but it's big, it's huge. And I know usually I'm more attracted to medium and smaller type cities, more medium, because smaller type cities tend to be too slow for me. But I find when I go to mid-sized cities, like they're not too big to really navigate and for me to really find things and find what I like to do. But they're not too small that there's nothing to do. Because the things that I like more so to go to a city where I can find language exchanges, I can find maybe some salsa classes to get into, or a salsa group or language exchange salsa groups, because you can segue into those without feeling too awkward and meet people of like-minded interest. Also, I like places where, you know, gyms around and things like that, because that's another good networking spot. So just those core little elements like that usually are how I can really segue into a city as a solo traveler and get into different events, whether it's with a group or by myself, without feeling too awkward. And I haven't found a lot of those places here in Lima, but I know that they exist, but things are spread out so far and wide because it's a huge city. So hence, that's one of the reasons that I don't particularly have a draw to huge cities, because even if it's there, it's just too spread out. So that's my talk for today. Hope you got something out of it. If you got value, do me a favor and reach out and smash that like button. And be sure to subscribe, because you don't want to miss a thing. And until next time, remember, make every experience a rich experience. And that means not throwing the baby out with what? Not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Be sure to explore all of your options, and that will increase your chances of having a rich experience. See you in the next one.